Okay, so this video is for experiment number 7, single displacement reactions. On the board here I wrote one of the reactions I'm going to perform. It involves the element sodium, the metal sodium. Group 1 metals are very, very reactive. They're so reactive that they're able to displace hydrogen from water. And in doing so, they produce sodium hydroxide and also hydrogen gas. So this is one of the reactions I'm going to show you here for experiment number 7, part 1. As a reminder, just like we went over lecture, what do you look for as evidence that a reaction has taken place or is taking place? Well, you want to look for bubbles, you want to look for change in color, you want to look for the production of light or the formation of a solid and smoke and so on. So when I do these experiments today, you need to record your observations, things like this, observations such as bubbles, change in color, light, because if you see these things, then that's evidence that a chemical reaction has taken place. If you do not see these things, then no reaction has taken place. So here is I have some sodium, the element sodium, and I'm going to react it with some water. And I want you guys to record your observations in your lab report. Now, to show you that hydroxide, if it forms, is going to be present there, I added a few drops of phenolphthalein. And if hydroxide does form, it's going to make this solution to be pink in color. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and add a piece of sodium. This is what sodium looks like. Sodium is actually very, very shiny. It's just that the surface right now is kind of oxidized. It's, reacted with air, with oxygen present in air. But I'm going to place this in the water and we'll see what happens. So I need you guys to record your observations, please. So this is the element sodium. So please record your observations. If you see bubbles, if you see flames, light, as you can see, if you can see smoke, please record that all in your observations, please. So as you can see, the solution turned pink. That's evidence that hydroxide indeed formed. And again, the reaction, it's on the board here. What happened again is sodium displaced hydrogen from water and it produced sodium hydroxide and it also produced hydrogen gas, hence the bubbles. The next reaction I'm going to perform involves the element potassium. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. This time I'm going to place a small piece of potassium in water and I want you guys to record your observations, please. So this is what potassium looks like. This is the element potassium, group 1 metal. And let's see what happens when it reacts with water. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but flames were produced. Smoke was produced, so you guys need to record that in your observations and decide whether a reaction took place or not. The next element is going to be calcium, group 2 metal. So group 1 metals and group 2 metals both form hydroxide when they react with water. In this case, calcium is going to form calcium hydroxide. But again, please record your observations as I do perform the reaction here. So this is what calcium looks like. And let's see what happens. So it might take a few minutes. Group 2 metals are not as reactive as group 1 metals. So what do you guys think? Can you guys see the bubbles there? Bubbles are being produced here. Hopefully you guys can see that in the video here. Do you guys see any smoke? Any flames? Any change in color? Please record all this in your observations for calcium. Okay, so is the solution starting to turn pink? Okay, so that's the element calcium. And finally, we're going to do here magnesium is the next metal that I'm going to react with water. Okay, and this is what magnesium looks like. So let's see what happens when we place magnesium in water. Okay, so let me zoom in here so you guys can take a look at this. What do you guys think? Do you guys see any bubbles? Change in color? Is the solution turning pink? Again, if the solution turns pink, it's because it's producing, the reaction is producing a hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide in this case. But it seems nothing is happening here. Okay. Okay, so again, this was experiment number 7, part 1.